I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Give me a minute. Sit my right here. You in the kitchen, Ma? Oh, boy. I be on the floor. Put my little phone right here. Who is that glare? I hate that glare. Good morning, y'all. Look, I'm in the comfort of my home. Trying to get this glare off. Oh, my butt gonna be hurting. How y'all doing? Your girl is in the comfort of her home. Good morning, Penny. Get this little glare off of there. See if y'all can see me better like that. Give everybody a minute to get in here. How everybody doing? Oh, let me read my disclaimer. Disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Good morning, everyone. Give everybody a chance to get on in here. I don't know about y'all, but my spirit has definitely been disturbed after that with Dior and the Frenchman. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but my spirit definitely has been disturbed about that situation. And I wanna I think I thought I was under assumption. I was under assumption, but I guess I um was led wrong. I thought she was pew pew, but she wasn't. I seen a news article that it was something else. Well, either way, however, it's sad for both parties. I feel like that's a situation that probably could have went a little different. I think it could have been resolved. I think two lives could have been saved if they had the right people in their space to intervene the situation. And that's just my opinion, my thoughts, my heart. That's just how I feel about it. It's very sad. It's very touching because at the end of the day, that can happen to anyone. But we all can learn from that. But like I said, I kind of been like my heart just really like, because now it's everybody it went viral, so everybody is speaking on it, all through the youth TikTok, and I know it's hard for the families too, because no one want to be constantly reminded of what happened to their loved ones. Thank you. But we got to understand we living in a different age now that we living in a good morning, Brolo. We got to understand that we're living in a different age where social media, SM, thank you, Miss Bullseye. We're living in a good morning. It's Amelia. Good morning, Amelia. And we got to understand that we're living in a different age now that where technology has taken over. At the touch of a button, people feel like now it's not like how it used to be where you could just how can I say it? We used to talk things out, call, but now it's like everything got to go right here. Anything happen, anything go on, the first thing we want to do, we go to the live button. We don't sit down and try to you know rationalize things out. And now when the world is watching, it kind of, you know how back in the days, if you arguing with somebody or you and somebody having a confrontation or something, and then you and that person, y'all be calm, but then it's like the other person may, if they feel like somebody that they know, or when the crowd come, then they tone change, and you be like, well, dang, well, where all that come from? You weren't just doing all that a few minutes ago. We were just talking calm, and now the crowd don't came, or a certain person come up, and now you want to get all rowdy. And I think that's what it was. It was just the tit for tat, the social media, even though he probably felt like he needed an outlet, and whatever was going on within him, that was his way of saying he was trying to get it out. And like we have been talking from previous lives and previous videos that I have done, we've been posting like 1-800 numbers and things like that, for people to feel like if they can't, and even the families are speaking out and saying that how they felt like the relationship was very toxic. I know my title say one thing, but we're going to get into that. But I just want to come and just kind of reiterate on what we were speaking about that with Dior and the Frenchman, because it truly like is touching. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have a heart, you have feelings, you could feel that, and that was very touching because it played out. Bro loves donated $100. Good morning, Nina. To all up. What? You gonna need me to do what? I think I need to set this up. I'm trying to get comfortable, y'all. I don't know where I'm finna sit at. I normally sit my phone right here. I'm gonna see if I can bend this down a little bit because I wanna be comfortable. I wanna be comfortable. I'm trying to figure this out because I wanna be in the comfort of my home, you know? Okay, that's better. Let me see, I had to prop my phone up on something. Thank you. Excuse the pamper box, my grandbaby diapers. Right here. So we just giving everybody, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all come on in because we finna talk about it. But I just want to share that little bit right there. But yeah, I've been in my spirit just really praying. Hi, my name is Maxine. I'm from Russia. I want to talk to you if you don't mind. Hey, Ashley Chats, good morning. Thank you for coming in this morning. I was just waiting, giving everybody a little chance to get in. Coffee gives you. Them people crazy. This is my grandbaby diaper box. Let me get her diaper box out of the way. I'm in the comfort of my home, y'all. Like, I just didn't want to sit in my truck. I didn't want to sit in the truck. So for the last few videos, I've been in the house. Like, I want to feel comfortable. Like, I'm tired of sitting in the truck. You know, let me come in my house where it's cool, warm. I ain't got to be in the truck. I got my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want to be disturbed. Yes, I have Instagram. It's keep them looking underscore Gigi. Keep them looking, something like that. Good morning, Queen Lee. Good morning, Rasha. Good morning, Jay. Thank you. But we giving everybody, y'all come on in. But yeah, I just had to like get that off my chest, like, cause that it was two families, especially the kids. There were no winners in that. Hello, my name is. You have a great day too, Rasha. Y'all come on in. I love your nails. Thank you, Amber. Y'all know the trolls gonna be trolling. Maybe I shouldn't have put all this on online like this. Bullseye, I think I shouldn't have put all this online. You know they're gonna be in here. So I don't know if y'all know or not, but have y'all heard about the situation with R. Kelly? Have y'all heard about that? So I don't know the full details and the full story about it, but they were stating that R. Kelly overdosed while in prison. Allegedly, I guess they were trying to make it seem like, but it was a plot to unalive him and get him out of here. So I don't know what was the reasons and what was going on. But from what the lawyer them saying, from what I read, they say they have him in isolation. Good morning, Cara. I'm gonna try not to hold y'all too long today because I got a lot to do. Oh, put it in. Oh, that's what it is. Say unalive. Okay, you said that right. If you're gonna say things like that, just say unalive. Um, they said it got something to do with so I don't know what it is. He said Jay-Z want him unalive. Yes, reward re if you're gonna be in the chat and you when you speaking on things like that, say unalive. Use that word because we don't want them bothering with the chat. So I'm gonna show y'all what I found. So I'm not sure if y'all knew about that. It happened around when everything was going on about the because everybody was welcome to the live, everyone as you tap in. So when everything was going on with the young lady, with the Frenchman and Dior, so I think it was kind of it overshadowed everything. But I did see that. But I think the situation with Dior and the Frenchman, it kind of overshadowed that. And I know a lot of people is doing content on Dior and the Frenchman. It's so much in that it's so much going on in that live. So much was left behind that we can actually decode and we can use it. But I just want to kind of give myself a little break from it because it really you feel that like it's I think what bothers is like trigger warnings, like you say, and what bothers me about it is just the fact of how they came online, how they was acting like this normal, husband and wife, and what seemed it normal to us, and there was really some mental things going on, a lot of things that had been built up in the husband, and he was telling a whole lot of stuff. But you had to really listen, to what was really going on. That's why, um, her divorce got put it in what divorce? You telling me something? I don't know. Thank you for being in the chat. That's why the divorce got swept quick. What divorce? They tried to get a divorce. So if anybody know anything about this with the R. Kelly thing, y'all chime on in. So all of this is allegedly, okay? All this is fair use. It's a first party. I'm reading this off of something. I'm reading. And it's fair use and it's all allegedly, okay? So let me go back to where I was at. Dang. Give me a minute. Let me get back to it. Can I? No, we ain't giving no advice today. What type of advice you want? When he was cheating back when Jay-Z was sleeping. She, okay, let me read that. She is scared of Jay-Z. She better be careful. How do I Hey, Joanne. Everything is alleged, opinionated, and based on things found on the internet. Fair use at 107. So let's get into this. So allegedly, all this is allegedly, because I don't know. So this is what it says. So I would love, I'm finna read it. Okay, let me get into it. It say R.Kelly rushed to hospital after overdose. Claims prison allegedly claims prison officials gave him near lethal dose of meds. So I don't know why he would be taking meds. Hello. So I don't know why he would be taking meds. So, and if you all would like to bless this chat, you could bless it with super chat, super stickers, or you could bless my cash app. So this is all allegedly in fair use. It say R. Kelly now claimed he suffered an overdose requiring immediate medical attention after taking pills given to him by staff while in solitary confinement. So I don't know what he was in solitary confinement for. So it say this all allegedly. Petey said they saying R. Kelly was allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly. They saying Petey said allegedly they saying R. Kelly was found to be overdosed with drugs. They've been trying to link him up since he been locked up. So it say, I'm finna read it. Y'all drop them comments, engage. I'm trying to keep up with this and keep up with with the comments. But it say allegedly R. Kelly claims in a third supplement to an emergency motion. Third, wait a minute, to an emergency motion seeking his release. I'm going to read that over. Allegedly, R. Kelly claims in a third supplement to an emergency motion seeking his release that prison officials gave him a near lethal dose of medication while he was in solitary confinement. The singer and his lawyer, Brintley, are hoping Kelly will be granted a temporary furlough and allowed to serve house arrest due to threats to his life while in prison. Allegedly, assistant attorney Julian said in court filing that he believes placing Kelly in solitary confinement shows that prison officials are trying to protect the singer. So let's get into it. It's Kelly spent 2 days at a North Carolina medical facility over the weekend after he claims he suffered an overdose from medication provided by prison employees. Prison officials administered an amount of medication that significantly exceeded a safe dose and caused Kelly to overdose, putting his life in jeopardy. Reads the third reads the third supplement to his emergency motion seeking release from prison due to fears of his safety. Kelly takes medication for anxiety. Okay, so we get somewhere. So I was trying to figure out why is they giving him medication. So allegedly, apparently, Kelly is dealing with some anxieties. You get what I'm saying? So we were just talking about that too. How people have anxieties and things. But Kelly is taking medication for anxieties and to help him sleep. In addition to other medication, states the supplements. So he do take other medications as well. He allegedly showed his medication to prison officials when he was placed in solitary confinement last week, a move his lawyer claims was meant to punish him for filing the emergency motion. The lawyer also says that the alleged overdose happened almost immediately after he spoke publicly about the singer being kept in solitary confinement. So, from what the lawyer is saying, that he think that this happened to him. I guess he made a public spoke publicly about speaking out about, the singer being in confinement and that he needed to be released. So they thinking that it's some type of retaliation or something like this, allegedly. It also says the third supplement also claims that doctors informed Kelly he had blood clots in his legs and lungs that required surgery. But prison officials refused to let him undergo the procedure because it required a week of recovery. Kelly's life is in jeopardy right now because the prison denied him necessary surgery to clear clots from his lungs. The supplement says he could how can I say this? He could basically lose his life from this condition, and they are letting it happen. There is no legitimate explanation for that. Brittany tells this I'm not gonna say it name, but it's a magazine. We all what we are. So it's a magazine that he told them the incident. So he giving a report to this big known magazine that writes stuff. So I'm not gonna say that name on here. The incident occurred on June the 13th when Kelly woke up in solitary confinement at the federal institution. He felt faint. He was dizzy. He started to see black spots in his vision. This is what the lawyer is telling the people that writes these stories. He then struggled to get up on his feet, and being unable to walk, he crawled to the door of the cell and lost conscious. Good morning, CC. We talking about R.Kelly. For those of you that's coming in, we talking about the situation that happened with R.Kelly with his health. Allegedly, he was given medication that caused him to go unconscious and nearly almost took his life. Um, and from what it's saying from the lawyer's mouth, that they said that it is very serious. That Kelly has blood clots. He have clots in his legs and he have clots in his lungs, and we know that's not good. Let me finish reading this and then we could get into it. Y'all can drop them comments as we go, and I will. So, what is your take on it? You could drop it in the comments. The emergency motion claimed the officials were plotting to unalive Kelly and requested that the singer be granted a temporary furlough during which he would be placed under house arrest. In addition to the motion filing, including a declaration from an inmate who alleged that he was asked to unalive. Oh my God. So there's somebody, an inmate, there's an inmate who stated, let me read this again. In addition to the motion, the filing included a declaration from an inmate. They said the inmate name, who alleged that he was asked to unalive Kelly. The inmate alleged in his declaration that prison officials asked him to carry out or help facilitate unaliving Kelly before transferring him from a facility in Arizona to somewhere else, the same prison where Kelly is now serving his sentence. The two men even ended up in the same wing of the prison, according to the other inmate. And he eventually told Kelly about the alleged plot. So you got a inmate in there that allegedly, what from what he's saying, that they asked him to unalive Kelly. But when he crossed paths with Kelly, he told Kelly that they was plotting to do something to him. He also let me see. Okay. The other inmate is no stranger to legal actions, having filed well over 100 civil suits and petition in federal court over the past decades. He also convicted of threatening to assault and unalive a federal magistrate and attorney for letters he sent from his prison cell. No data has been set. No date has been set for a hearing on that emergency motion at this time. The lawyer is attempting to get in contact with the president to pardon Kelly, and told the people that write these stories last week he was in talks with people close to the president. Kelly has no known ties to the president, but did live in his tower prior to his incarceration. The lawyer also told the article people that last week that his client has been attacked in the past. So he has been attacked in the past. Um, and that his fears of future incidents are only heightened by his belief that officials inside the prison might not adequately protect the singer or refuse to do so. He is not safe in federal custody. And to keep him in prison while he is under threat like this is cruel and unusual punishment. Dang. Hold on, y'all. I lost my place under. A spokesman declined to comment on the allegations, but the news article, come on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Super chats are available. Da, 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 da. So, but obtained the government response to Kelly motion filed, who says he believes placing Kelly in solitary confinement was an effort to protect him. He then said that Kelly is a serial child. So they said, we know he's going through that essay stuff. Say he's a serial SCM, serial child, and y'all know the rest, whose criminal abuse of children dates back to at least Clinton's time, first term. Um, Kelly was taken in federal custody. He noted Kelly has taken responsibility for his essay abuse. And that's about the end of this article right here. But if y'all want to Google what's going on, so let's get into it. So what y'all think about this? Good morning. You got your work cut out for you this morning. What happened? What happened, Gwen? No, I just Gwen, who you see it says wow. They crazy. What happened? I know we talking about Kelly. What happened, y'all? What's going on? Is it about Kelly or is something else? It's about Kelly. I think that's what you're saying. Yes. So what oh, it's so much going on. All these superstars and the trolls cutting up, and I'm in overtime. Oh, my crazy chat. I ain't even reading it. I was reading the thing about R.Kelly. I was reading that. Good morning, Ramona. So yeah, I had to take a break from Dior and the Frenchman. I had to take a mental break from that because that was a lot. It's so much in that video that you can dissect. Don't worry, I'm on duty. You live in effect, right? Y'all know the trolls got to come in here and do their work. You know they got to come to work. And then after a while, they'll get tired and they'll just fade on that. You know, they come on in here and do what they got to do. So what y'all think about that? I know it's so much to take in. I'm from Florida. It's so much to take in because it's so much going on. Like, oh my God. Like, it's like you got to brace yourself because you don't even know what's next, what could possibly happen. You from China? Lei Wang? Is that how you say your name? Lei Wang? Lei Wang? Lei Wang? Hey, from the States. But yeah, like it's so much to take in. So like what's y'all take on that? That he do take medication for anxiety and he take other medication. So apparently when they were administering, hey Bryce. So I guess when they were administering his meds, they gave him something else. And he thinking and it caused him to go unconscious. I'm good. We talking about R. Kelly. We talking about R. Kelly. He's stating and his lawyer stated after he did a press conference about he did the lawyer did a press conference stating that they think that Kelly should do his time home because his life has been threatened. And and from another inmate, he crossed paths with him, stating that they wanted him to unalive him while he was there. So I think so they said that Kelly needs an emergency, regardless of what, we still, people, we can't be inhumane, you know what I'm saying? What he done, the things that he have done, and he's been punished, he's reaping what he's sowing, the things that he have done. But at the end of the day, we don't have no heaven or hell to put him in. And when and if he got to reap what he sowed, no matter what. Even when he go to God and ask God for forgiveness, God know his heart. But at the end of the day, if this man needs surgery, if he has blood clots in his lungs, and we already know that's not good because those clots can move, and we know people have lost their life because of blood clots, and they were stating that he have clots in his legs and things like that. So I still feel that regardless of what, allow him to have the surgery, allow him to get what he need, to get the help that he need. At the end of the day, where is he's going? It ain't like he can run nowhere, go nowhere. But if he needs surgery, emergency surgery, but I didn't know that the prisons, that the feds have the right to say that if he can have prison, I mean not prison, that they can deny him the medical attention that he need. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Did any of you know that? That the feds can make those calls for a person to have surgery if they need it. So I don't know, y'all. I'm just bringing this to y'all so we could have a discussion about it. Because Dior and the Frenchman, they're on my heart right now, and I just can't. So what's y'all intake on that? Y'all input on that about the Kelly. They actually have him in confinement, but he does need medical attention, and they're denying him that. So, oh, so this just got posted this morning. It says that the family, the Savages family, they okay. This is something that the mom of one of the victims is speaking out. She said Kelly absolutely not be pardoned because one of his alleged victims, Savage, has been missing for years and is still believed to be in his grip and under his control. Her family's attorney tells T slash Z. Oh, thank you. Good morning, CC. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for showing the love. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always enjoy starting my morning with you. Your rather it's informative of giving us some good gospel knowledge. I'm here for it. Thank you, love. Appreciate that. Hey, Wayne, you back? I see you ain't changed that name. But since you in here, we talking about Kelly. R.Kelly. But we're not speaking on Kelly. He's already getting what he's already reaping what he sowed. And when you see a person down, you don't have to continue to keep putting your foot down. We just hear with our opinions about the situation where Kelly was administered medication that almost cost his life. Due to someone administering him. Kelly has needs medical attention, emergency medical attention, which requires surgery. They found blood clots on his in his legs and on his lungs, but the feds are refusing him the medical attention that he needs. So that's what's going on right now. Due to the lawyer had spoke out and was saying that he want Kelly should be pardoned. Always capitalize God with the big G, not the little G. We serve a big God. So I found another article through another y'all know the ones that be in everybody business, the T slash Z people, them. But there's an article here from the Savage, the mom, and they're stating that their daughter is missing, and they think that they're against Kelly being pardoned because they said that they feel like he still has a grip on their control of the daughter. Attorneys for the family tells them they're slamming Kelly's push for a Trump pardon, insisting the singer still has a grip on their daughter, who they haven't heard from since a short phone call in 2019. Wow, that's a long time. Watch the video. The family has only heard from individuals claiming to represent her, though it's unclear in what capacity. Um, Kelly's one-time fiance, who many say is a victim. Oh, she was. So I guess this the girl, the young girl that I guess she his fiance. Remember a while back they was talking about this young girl. I remember when she was supposed to be this one girl that she was living with him. So it's been so long. Her family believes she's alive, hopes she's healthy, and says they love nothing more than to hear from her directly. The family says Kelly has never taken accountability. He was rightfully convicted and he should serve every last day of 31-year sentence. This is what the family is saying. In 2021, Kelly was convicted of racketeering ST in New York federal court. And a year later, he was hit with more guilty verdicts for child porn and enticing minors for X. A represented legal team tells them that that's not willing they're not willing to discuss Savage right now because they want to focus on the singer and what's happening to him. So maybe they can discuss her at a later time. Thank you, Harbor. Appreciate that. Let me get in here. Wagman, Gianna, God bless you too. Hey, Latte, good morning. Hey, Sling Girl. Everyone. Thank you. So this is what's going on right now. Kelly is dealing with trying to be pardoned. His lawyer them trying to get him pardoned. The family saying no way, we don't want him out. We haven't heard from our child. So I'm sure the girl is an adult now. And I think during the time when all this was going on, if you all remember when they went to the house and I think the mom them was supposed to met the girl, but a few girls, something like that. But they haven't heard from their daughter. But the family did speak out. They said, we forgive you. I'm going to play this right here. So this is fair use. This is the parents speaking out, the Savage family. So I'm going to see if y'all can hear it. I'm going to see what they finna say. Hold on. If it play. It's a commercial. So we're going to see what the family have to say. Treatment for weight loss is available for 50% off. Now you can feel confident about losing weight and keeping it off. So y'all drop in the chat what y'all input in on this right here about Kelly. And don't put your like personal, like don't make it personal because we know right now he's reaping what he sowed, but he's still entitled to his medical attention, you know, if he needs it. Okay, let's listen. We try to reach out to Jocelyn when my father passed. We have to always reach out through his camp, Robert Sylvester's camp. In the same time that we had to reach out through his camp through my father, the same way we did, the same way this time from John Dylan's mother. No response whatsoever. It's time up for that. It's just time out for all that. She needs to come.
Joseph, we need to hear from you directly.
Absolutely.
We've always heard the third-party information. And we weren't able to hear from her directly without what I call prison calls, where the calls are scripted and they are known to be scripted.
Everybody wants to say she's grown. Let me hear from a grown woman. I want to hear from my daughter. That's what I want to hear from. I want to hear from a third party. I want to hear exactly from Jocelyn Savage. Period.
We would like to have a one-on-one discussion with you as a family.
Listen, Robert is locked up. All these enablers need to move aside. Jocelyn, I need to see you at that funeral. Just that simple. Wow. We all know I'm a mother. Let me read this disclaimer, audio disclaimer under Section 107, the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. As a mother, as a parent, and I'm sure a lot of you are parents. You have adult children. And I could sympathize with the family. You get what I'm saying? If it was my child, I would feel the same way. I would want to know, regardless if they're grown or not, if whether if it was my son or my daughters, you know what I'm saying? We want to know. We still worry about our children. When they become adults, they still our babies. So I can sympathize with the parents. They basically was saying that a family member passed away. When they try to reach out to make contact with the daughter, it's always third party. Like they're speaking for her, and like they say, oh, she's grown. Yeah, she may be grown, but we all know when people groom someone, and once an adult, you could be, especially if they're older and whoever grooming them, and they will believe that. But I feel like the family have the right, instead of somebody speaking through a third party, to allow this young lady to be able to communicate, you know, with her parents, brother, whether she's grown or not. At the end of the day, that's still their child. that's still the right thing to do. And even if that is so, he need to speak up and speak out too. That's if, allegedly, if he's still having some type of contact or communication with this young lady, because no parent should have to, go through life knowing that they have a child out there and they haven't heard from their child nor spoke to their child. Yes, she's an adult, but that family still have that right to know that their daughter, they want to hear it. They want to hear her voice. That's any parent. You want to hear, there's nothing like, you know, not hearing your child's voice. And I feel like they owe that mother that. They owe this father that. So they haven't heard from her since 2019. That's a long time to not to hear from your child. You know, we're not here to uphold what Kelly done, because Kelly got to reap what he sowed. I love Kelly music. I still listen to Kelly music. The music ain't did nothing to me. The man got some bomb music. You get what I'm saying? I grew up on that Kelly. That Kelly music good. I'm sorry. Kelly music good. But at the end of the day, Kelly did some things. Kelly knew it was gonna be some consequences. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying, I'm the takeaway from all of that. He does deserve medical attention. He deserved that. And if don't allow this man to sit there and knowing that he have this medical condition, I feel like that's unfair. How y'all what's y'all take on that? Do y'all think it's fair that they're not giving him the medical attention? And it's definitely not fair to the family either. What are your thoughts? Ebony, you agree? You agree? If you agree, because we got to be, I'm not even gonna say if you disagree. Because I feel like even if we disagree, I feel like that's a heartless person. If you disagree of him getting the proper medical attention that he need, I feel like your heart ain't right. So I'm not even gonna say if you agree or you disagree. No, right is right, wrong is wrong. At the end of the day, he's reaping what he's paying for what he's done. And even with his condition, he already on anxiety. But if allegedly, if someone gave him wrong medication, gave him medication, they're just as wrong. They're just as wrong. That goes back to when you taking, I'm trying to word it right. When you telling God, like, we're gonna do God's work. I agree. Hey, Ariane, I agree. He needs to have medical attention. Good morning, everyone. I've been watching from the bushes because I'm working. Okay, thank you for coming in the chat. Thank you for your input. I was gonna say if we disagree, but I was gonna say drop a one if you agree. And then it's like I caught myself. I tried to refrain from that because we don't want to, spread the negativity, because people gonna feel the way they feel. But I'm human and I have a heart. Um, and people can feel that's their opinion. They can feel the way they feel. But we don't want to add fuel to the fire, more negativity than what it is. He's already in isolation. And the only one that's gonna get him through it is God. He got to go to God for everything that he's done. And I know Robert does know God. His life is so dark. His life is so dark. And the things that he went through as a child. You get what I'm saying? So he have a dark past too. And when he told his story or the things that happened to him, his life is so dark, and all that stuff happened from childhood, and then as he grew up to this man, it's like all the dark secrets that he had. Do we justify the grown man? No, we not justifying no grown man for his actions, and he's paying for that. We're just saying if someone did that to him, they got to pay. And it's actually written up that allegedly the lawyer stating that Kelly stated that an inmate was asked to harm him. And he let him know that they was plotting to unalive him. So yes, God is king. Yes, Jesus is king, and he's the forgiver for all. And just like we go to God, Kelly can go to God too. He said, those that are heavy laden, come unto me. And God know his heart. He got to go to God for forgiveness. He got to go to God for the evil, the deeds that he did. Thank you, Ma. I see you went in there and mopped that floor. You mopped that floor?
Uh-uh. Your
Oh,
son.
Cap. Who?
Your son.
Kenzel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I came in, I'm like, I thought you did it.
He was in the kitchen moving stuff around. Like a little man. I just went over my
Thank you, Blakely.
Good morning.
But yeah, so I just wanted everybody to chime into this. Cause we all have our input. We all can, we all learn from one another. We all gonna what you did.
It's break. I'm going to get my coffee. I'm gonna get it. It's coffee.
You get what I'm saying? Somebody may have something and see something different or know something different. And it may be some nurses in here because I'm sure blood clots, that's real serious. And however they feel about him, they putting their personal feelings in it. Instead of them doing their job, and seeing him this knowing that he need this attention, they putting they personal feelings in this.
So
And
what happened?
oh, R.Kelly.
Oh, he's sick.
No, they gave him medicine. They gave him the wrong medicine. He overdosed. They administer medication to him that wasn't the right
He's
medicine.
still living?
Yeah, he in the hospital, but he needs surgery.
Lord.
Yeah, so it's a lot.
Yeah, it happened.
So much going on. But at the end of the day,
Ain't nobody
whoever
perfect.
Yep. So whoever did that, whoever administered that, whoever knew about it, one thing about it, God knows and he see all. See, now it's like they taking matters into their own hands. Instead of allowing the justice system to handle things or, allow God to handle, and now they say, I'm gonna take matters into my own hand. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna do this. But that's why they just as guilty. They just as wrong. You get what I'm saying? For trying to do take matters into their head. But I don't know. I'm just bringing the information here. Something we could talk about. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Oh God, there's so much going on. Anybody else have anything to say about that? What do you think about what do you all think about the daughter? The Savage family. Speaking on that they haven't heard from their daughter since not what I said, 91? Haven't heard from her since 91. And they thinking that someone has a, tight knit on her. That's a long time for do anybody know anything about wasn't this the family that took wasn't this the parents that took her to his concert? Quote me if I'm wrong. Ain't that the mom and the dad that took their daughter to the concert? Because if I'm not mistaken, um, quote, is that the family? I'm just asking. Because a lot of these parents have a lot to do with him interacting with their child. And the same girl, if I'm just this speculations, me. I'm no, not sure. Remember the young lady that and the family and they were saying that the one family took the girl to him. I gotta call you back. I think that's what it is, y'all. I don't know. Like I said, don't hold me. I'm texting something right quick. You not sure about it? But that's what I just want to bring up. I ain't gonna hold y'all too. I ain't gonna hold you too long. But I just want to talk about that and what was y'all take on it. You know about Kelly not receiving the proper care that he needs, and I think he deserved to get the proper care. I hope they get a court order or maybe something like that to give him the proper care. But they were stating that he would have to be out like a week, but it doesn't matter. Like, give him the proper care that he needs. He's in so, but he's dealing with all this, but they got him in confinement. That's a lot. That's a lot. That mental state, um, not being able to be out in population because you don't know, because now they got to protect him, so that's their way of protecting him. But you rather put him in isolation, but not provide him the medical care that they want. Maybe they felt like it's gonna cost them too much, and it's our tax dollars. They making all the money, so I don't know. But I just want to bring that today, to kind of talk about that, to kind of uh, veer off topic from the other little situation for a little bit. So what's your intake on about the daughter? I know that's not a question to ask, how would you feel? But that makes me think that for the daughter to act like that, it's given that she really didn't have, you know how maybe the parents don't want to be accountable. Why would this daughter, even though you know how people try to shift blame of what's going on, because families have problems too, and sometimes families try to act like they're the perfect family. So what would have pushed her to go that way, to get off the grid with her family and not to have nothing to do with her family or even show up to her grandfather's funeral? That's crazy. That's weird. And depending on what type of relationship, who would go to a grandparent unless something really is going on? Hey, Ruby. We talking about the R.Kelly, the situation with R.Kelly, and I actually read about the Savage family stating that she was the fiance, their daughter was the fiance of Kelly, and they were stating that they haven't heard from their daughter since '91. So I'm trying to figure out. She definitely fell off the grid with them. So something ain't right. Even though we know something ain't right with Kelly, but something got to be going on with the family for this young lady to not to even want to talk to her family or speak to her family, but they got to go through a third party to send messages. But they stating they want to hear from their daughter, which that's understandable. Cause I know I can't go for like a day or two without hearing my girls. That's the longest I'm going, a day or two. I don't go no longer than 2 days. And I feel like 2 days is still long. But they're an adult. Well, my oldest daughter, we talk every day. And me and my baby girl, we talk every day too. But sometimes, like, I talk to her if I don't see her, and we probably won't see each other for maybe like a day or two. But I don't go no longer than a day or two. But I try to talk to my girls every day. I want to talk to them every day. I don't go a day without not talking to my daughters. But the longest I will go is a day or two. That's it. That's it. But I try to communicate with my girls every day because they're adults. They grown. But I have a very close relationship with my girls. I'm very overprotective of my girls too, and they adults, and I don't care how grown you is. I'm coming. I'm pulling up. Wherever they at, I'm coming. Where you at? Hey, how you doing? You all right? That's all I need to know. Then my baby, she'll come. Hey, Mom, I just want you to hear my voice. I said, okay. Thank you. You owe me that. Just let me hear your voice. And I'm good. And I want to know y'all right. Because you know us parents, we know We can hear it in their voice. We know when something ain't right. And I feel like these parents want to hear their child's voice. And they entitled to that. Regardless of what, they entitled to that. And that could be hard. And I seen the thing where the title with the parents, it said, that just came to me. It say, I forgive you. That's what the parents say, I forgive you. But why the parents couldn't tell the daughter, forgive us? You get what I'm saying? That's kind of like, that ain't how that go. Cause at some point we got to be accountable too. You know, we can apologize for some things. Cause parenting is not easy. Parenting is not easy. And sometimes we can drop the ball. Sometimes we could fall short because there's no manual of how to parent. You get what I'm saying? But when you see things and maybe you feel like, well, maybe I said it wrong, or maybe I did this. Well, let me try to take some steps back and reevaluate what I did or what I said. And maybe it the way I said it to them or XYZ. We could be apologetic as parents. We can say we wrong when we did something. It don't make you less of a parent or you dimming down, being a parent. That doesn't mean that. You have shortcomings. And sometimes when the air is clear and you settle down and you think about some things, like, dang, that did come across this way. You could come and say, hey, mama didn't mean it that way, or hey, daddy didn't mean it that way. I know you took it that way. Anything I do or say, I do it in love, but I see it maybe it hurt your feelings, but I just want you to know I ain't mean it that way, and I apologize to you. It's okay for us to apologize to our kids. It don't mean we're not parenting. It doesn't mean that we're not good parents. It's okay to say, I apologize, I was wrong in that moment. But I let my emotions get the best of me. Because as parents, we want what's best for our children. We want them to be better than what we was. You get what I'm saying? We don't want them to go out and make the mistakes that we made. We don't want them to come in contact with people that can lure them off, manipulate them, tell them, groom them, and make them feel like they're not loved. You get what I'm saying? So we want to correct some of our mistakes. I made mistakes, and I've sat my kids down and say, hey, mama did this. I was young. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I corrected the mistakes that I made. And some of the things that I did in my life, it affected you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the things that we do moving forward, growing up, especially when you're a young parent, and when we look over our life and evaluate our life, and we see some of the mistakes that we made, and especially when you're a young parent growing up, we go back and correct them things, and we sit our children down and we tell them, that's what I did. I sat my kids down when they came into of age of understanding certain things, and I sat them down and I said, mama apologize. Mama sorry for some of the choices that she made, and it affected your life, and you had to see some things, and you had to go through some hardships with mama because some of the things that I done, and I didn't make the right changes, because sometimes we could be selfish. You get what I'm saying? But I've sat my kids down and I did that, and I asked my kids for forgiveness for those things that could have affected them mentally. You get what I'm saying? And I sat them down. Because they go through things. We say that children go through things. And it's okay as a parent. Even with this Savage family. Instead of them saying, I forgive you, maybe they need to find it in their hearts to say, we apologize. If mama may have did or said some things that push you away, we push you into the hands, or we push you into the arms of someone else. And maybe the daddy, because even in the daddy was acting like, oh, because I need to hear from you now. Okay, even in that tone right there, I felt like from looking at the video with the daddy, it's like, if y'all see how the mama is more like, but the daddy is kind of like on the aggressive side. So you could tell it's some type of control thing. But the mama, her body language was totally different from the daddy. So maybe the mama don't really have a really a say. I'm just being honest. Sometimes daddies can, and I know daddies, parents, we're gonna be parents, but we gotta be gentle with our kids too. We learn through our experience and through trial and error. We eventually get it right. Yes, we eventually get it right. And with the dad, he was like, my dad died, and I wanted her to know I need to hear from my daddy, but it was just his body language. And I hope that's not the case. Because we don't want to push our kids away. We give them space, and even if that is the case, and you going through with your adult kids, and some of our kids come of age and they think they grown, give them their space, give them time, but don't stop being a parent. Don't stop expressing your love, no matter how they feel. You got to continue to express your love, and that's how with me, even as an adult, like even with my father, um, him and our relationship was kind of like oil and water. They say it don't mix. This might be his guilt speaking. Yes. I learned more from you now. My parents don't know about this situation. I will try to make look like your lesson. Wagman, I don't really. I think I know what you're saying, but I really don't. I kind of trying to no, towards the end, I will try to make it look like your lesson. I guess to explain it. Wagman, I'm glad you in here. But like I said, like me and my father, like I said, I was his first child. And like I said, me and my daddy, we bumped heads. When I tell y'all we bumped heads, it was like two rams. And it was like, because I felt like as being the first child, that attention. Hi again. What are we doing today? Jasmine, good morning. We talking about the Kelly, R. Kelly, the thing about Kelly, what happened to him. And we're speaking on the young lady, her family spoke out. Well, Kelly was administered wrong medication and he OD'd. His lawyer after a press conference want to try to get Kelly pardoned. And the family spoke out. This young lady that Kelly's been dealing with, from the family saying she was the fiance. They haven't heard from the young lady since '91. So we just tying in all, just going back and forth from Kelly, not getting the medical attention that he need, and we're just basically saying that even though he's getting what he's reaping what he sowed, but we just basically agreeing that some people may not agree, but some majority is agreeing, and I hope majority do have the heart to say he do deserve medical attention. That's what we're saying. And his life has been threatened since he's been in prison. And there was another inmate that came forward telling Kelly that he was asked to harm him. And he informed him of they're trying to plot to harm him. So the lawyer trying to get Kelly home. But the family of this young lady stating that no, stating that they haven't heard from their daughter. They think he still got control of the daughter. And we just speaking on just our life coming up as children and things of parenting and how parenting don't always go well. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect parents, but it's okay to be apologetic. If you're a parent, it's okay to tell your child you was wrong. You did the best you could, and maybe it came out that way. But it's okay. It doesn't make you not be a parent because you apologizing. They should know who gave him the meds. That needs a full investigation. Sure do. Because they're going to try to cover it up. And I didn't even know this till my daughter had went. They have like private, nurses and stuff that come in, like a private company like comes in. Thank you, Preppy. And like I was saying, like me with my dad had started another family. My dad had like 5 more kids after me. So, and I did, and me and my dad, we don't have these conversations, but this is my life, and I've expressed my feelings, and express how I felt, and I've told my daddy, thank you, Jasmine. And I also told my daddy, so I'm 54 now, so I'm a grown woman. It's water under the bridge. Now, me and my dad, we don't hashed out everything, but I felt like um when my dad I didn't feel like that till I got older. Coming up, I did kind of feel that way. I felt like when my dad was having more kids, I felt like I was being pushed out and pushed away because I wasn't in the home with my dad. I always was full time with my mom. And a lot of times, um, my other siblings, their mom and my dad. So basically, they would be in the home. They would be there full time. I wasn't there full time, but I did go stay the night. I stayed with I was off and on between my dad with my mom, little things like that. So, and growing up and then becoming a teenager, I just felt like, mm, I don't know why I went to thinking that my dad didn't love me. I don't know where all that came from. I don't know what crazy thoughts went to coming to me, um, that my dad didn't love me, because my dad had other kids. But me and my siblings, we were real close. But as I started becoming a teenager, for some reason, I just felt like and I always was around my dad, but I don't know why I had those thoughts of feeling that my daddy didn't love me. And my daddy wasn't like the type of dad that say, I love you. You know how some people they express their love different way. And I think that's what it was. I always wanted my dad to tell me, because my mom's side of the family, my mom was like that more affectionate mom. I would hear I love you, the hugs and things like that. My dad would like even if me and my dad depart right now, if I tell my dad, I could say, I love you. It's like I never heard my dad say I love you. But after talking to my other siblings, they was like, he never told us that either. So a lot of things growing up, I was thinking it was just me. But after sitting down with my siblings and us having our one-on-ones and our conversations and the things that they went to sharing to me, and they was in the house with them. So a lot of things that they experienced with my dad, I didn't experience some of the stuff that they experienced. And I was like, well, hell, I'm glad I wasn't in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't in, because sometimes people think that because it's a two-parent, that they feel like kids' life is better. Not saying that my siblings didn't have a good life, but some of the stuff that my siblings was telling me, certain things that my dad did and said to them, he never did and said those things to me. Because I had a place, when I go to my dad's house and I feel like something went right, I had somewhere to go. I could run. If I felt like something went right, my dad never laid a hand on me, y'all. My dad, I remember this situation. I don't know. I think I was like in the fifth grade, fourth grade. I don't know what grade I was in. I knew I was in elementary. Something happened. My daddy came there, and my daddy was going to discipline everybody. But my daddy left me in a room by myself. And he took my siblings, my younger siblings, and he took them in a room. And I could hear him in the room discipline my siblings. But where my daddy lived at, my mom lived in the same project that my dad stayed in. So my dad lived it in the project, the same project that my son lost his life in. But eventually my daddy got them out of them and got a house. So my grandmother, I could leave out my daddy's back door and I could run across the field and I could go to my grandma's house. So this particular incident, my mama was out of town. I was with my dad, and I don't know what happened. And I know I had did nothing. And he thought he was gonna lay a hand on me. So I was in this room, right? So I'm contemplating. I'm like, he ain't finna whoop me. My dad, to this day, y'all, my daddy never laid not one hand on me. All my backside discipline came. So DW, I kind of feel you, girls. I think that broke her heart when her daddy backside her. Cause my dad never laid not one finger on me. So I hear them in there. So my thoughts in my head telling me I didn't know if I was gonna stay there. I said, girl, you gonna stay here? Your grandma lived right across the field. But I was like so scared. Like, I'm like, oh God, if I run. But my grandmama, my mama, like my grandmama, My dad's mom, she a sweetheart too. But grandma, Big H, my grandma name was Hazel. And everybody, and her name used to be Big H. My grandma didn't play, but even she gave her life to the Lord. But I knew if I get the grandma Hazel, I already knew I was good. I was good. And so in my mind, I ran down because I had to run down because in the apartments it had a flight of stairs, like the living room down and all the bedrooms upstairs. But I'm in a room by myself, but they still in the other room. Baby, my feet went to moving, baby. I went to scraping up my shoes, baby. Baby, I was running down them stairs. And I hit that back door, and I could run real fast. I used to be a runner. I was a track star, baby. Baby, I hit that backfield, and baby, I was dipping. Y'all know we say, baby, dipping. Baby, I was dipping. And baby, I ended up at my grandma's house. And when I got the Big H house, Big Hazel, who, because my grandma Hazel, God rest her soul, because I already knew when I got the Hazel house, baby, I was safe at Hazel. And I wasn't even worried about my daddy. So when I got to my grandma's house, I would cry. And my grandma was like, what's wrong with you? I said, Grandma, he said he gonna whoop me, Grandma. And I was real spoiled. My grandma said he gonna whoop who? So my grandma said, open the door. You know in the project where the doors open? My grandma told me sit on the stairs. So I'm on the look, so y'all hear me? Look, so I'm on the staff, so I'm sitting. I still look the same, y'all. I still look the same. I haven't changed. So can y'all imagine me a young girl, in my younger version, and my grandma say, open the door. My grandma told me to open the door, so I opened the door. My grandma say, oh, he coming. And I was scared, y'all. So by the time I'm sitting on the staff, my grandma told me sit right there and don't you move. And you open this door. And girl, I opened the door, and my grandma Big H was waiting on my daddy. My grandma asked him, my grandma say, Ninja, by the time my daddy got there, y'all, right? My daddy get there, so he's standing in the doorway. So my daddy's standing in the doorway, and I'm on the stairs, and I'm looking. And I'm like this. My grandma say, he say, I come to get Gigi. He would point at me. My grandma say, and Ninja, where you think you going? So my grandma had that little bass in her throat. And Ninja, where you think you going? He said, I come to get Gigi. My grandma say, and Gigi ain't going nowhere. That's my daughter child, and Gigi ain't going nowhere. And you ain't gonna let. And my daddy came there with and you know, back in there, your parents beat you. He had a board with all our names written on it. And I told my grandma he wrote my name on the board. All me and my siblings' name was written on this board that he'll paddle us with. But like I said, he never whooped me. And he came there with that board. And baby, my grandmama laid into him. Baby, I still remember that. My grandma told him, Ninja, where you think you going? You ain't gonna lay a hand on Gigi. And I was sitting there. And my grandma said, go get her clothes and pack up and bring her back here. And she could stay here till her mama get back. Baby, baby. Now, my mama, she told my butt up. But my daddy, baby, I dodged all that. I had somewhere to go, baby. But, you know, just them memories. It wasn't that my daddy didn't love me. But as I grew up, to channel my feelings and channel my emotions, I later found out a lot of my rebellion, a lot of resentment, a lot of my anger came from a misunderstanding from a child and not understanding that my daddy love language was just a father that took care of his kids. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't that one that would say, I love you. Like every time we'll talk, he was like, I love you. I just want you to know I love you. And when my daddy finally, like when me and my daddy kind of like was able to, as I became a woman and able to allow my daddy to speak and allow my daddy to hear him out and express my feelings. And when we later found out everything was a misunderstanding. And this all the way in my adulthood. And like me and my daddy, we don't talk every day, call every day. And I'll call him and we'll joke and he'll call me about something. But we don't call every day because that's just me. Did I call him on Father's Day? No, I did not. I did not call him on Father's Day. Because I feel like Not that he wasn't a father, but I just didn't have, I don't have that. I love my dad and I know that he loves me, but I bond because of certain things, you know. And in my heart, I felt like even as my father, I felt like you could have done more. Regardless of what you and my mom, y'all went y'all separate ways, you had another family. But I still felt like even growing up, I felt like there are a lot of things that he could have done more that he didn't do. And it wasn't left up to me. So a lot of that stuff I do forgive my dad, but you know, the memories and certain things, it's still there. And I feel like, I have my days when I feel like he deserved that. And I just feel like Happy Father's Day, just, I don't feel that. I don't feel that, you know, and I don't, and we talk and we get along, but he understand me and he is okay and he respect my feelings. So, but I know that's my dad, but I don't disrespect my father. I don't disrespect him or any of that. So I do about that commandment. So, and he knows that too. Like now, even though I didn't call him on Father's Day, I'll give myself to, you know what I'm saying? I'll give myself time to relieve all of that out, get it all out, and then I'll probably end up calling him and say, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" or something like that. Either way, that certain day don't have nothing to do with it, cause I want my heart to be right when I call my dad. I don't want to feel. I don't want nothing to be there, and I don't want it to be feeling like I'm pretending. I don't want to pretend with my dad because I'm a woman. I don't have to pretend with him, and he understands that, and my dad respect that. So when I do call, I know it's like, "Hey, Dad," and I know he'll just be happy to hear my voice. You know what I'm saying? And I did talk to him on Father's Day. I probably give him a call today. Be like, "What's up, Pops? How you doing? I'll just call and check in on you." You get what I'm saying? Because Father's Day can be any day. And I feel like it'll feel more genuine to me. If I would have called him on Father's Day, because that to me, it would have been, I would have been being not myself. Because I wasn't feeling that. You get what I'm saying? Don't want to be a force be because of a holiday. Exactly. And I don't want it to feel that way. You get what I'm saying? Like and I know in my heart's to heart, that's not, I'm not feeling that. Happy Father's Day. What's happy about it? My life, I wasn't happy. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't happy. I just learned as an adult the channel through my emotions and the channel through my feelings to give my father, you know, to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I know I can't hold him to none of that. I'm an adult now. I'm a woman now. You get what I'm saying? But I could call him and be like, "Hey, Dad," and I'll feel good about it. And me and him could talk about something. "Hey, I was checking in on you," you know, because my daddy, he's shoot, what we gave my daddy 70, 80 or something like that. You know, I'm still grateful and blessed to have my father. I'm blessed, and it's a blessing to still have both parents. I have both of my parents. That's a blessing. And I'm definitely gonna continue to give my dad his flowers. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna call and check on my pops, you know. I just wasn't gonna do it that day. But I'm still gonna call my pops up, you know, and check on him. Cause I'm grateful and I'm thankful to have my dad. He's an awesome dad. He's a great dad. It just growing up, I just as a child, I just didn't understand. And it wasn't that I wasn't around. I was always around my family, always around my dad. I end up at family functions. Me and my daddy can be at my grandma's house, and my auntie them be like, "You don't see your daddy?" I said, "I see him over there. What you want me to do? Catch wings and fly over there?" My daddy be like, "Just leave her alone. Y'all leave Gigi alone. Y'all just know, y'all just, that's just how she is. Leave her alone. She'll come around." So my daddy, even in spite of that, now that I see all of that, my daddy did protected me. But I just didn't understand because I was in that, I had them walls up. But now that I'm talking about it to y'all, and now that I see that, my daddy very much protected me from my aunts. He let my aunt them he be like, "Just leave G alone. She'll come around, leave alone." And then when I felt like, and then once, you know, we there, I be like, "Hey, Dad," and I go up to him. I be like, "Let's take a picture." But that was my love language with my daddy, because at the end of the day, this is my daddy. And they ain't got to do what y'all want me to do on y'all terms when it come to my daddy. You get what I'm saying? So that's how me and my dad was. And I pull my daddy away, and me and my dad will step away, and it be me and him. And he be like, "Girl, you something else," you know. But my dad know my heart. He know my love language. He know me. And my daddy always gave me my space to allow me to vent. And he'll always tell me, he told me recently, like a while back, he was like, I just want you to know I love you. I love all my kids. So, you know, growing up, we could be a little rough around the edges. Our kids display that. Our own kids do that. Sometimes my one daughter, the one got the kids, she'll act like I'm the worst mom in the world. Remember, I told y'all I thought my mama was the worst mom in the world. But I later found out I had a great mom. Everybody parent different. So I understand the Savage family. Thank you. I understand the Savage family and how they feel. But like I said, as parents, it's okay to be apologetic. To evaluate yourself and where you could have went wrong or where you could have dropped the ball or maybe it was a misunderstanding. But we have to give our children, our teenage kids, and we have to give them that space to be able to trust and let them know that they can come to us and talk to us because we don't want to push our kids off on other people and then they start telling our kids things. But that's just my intake on life and everything that's going on, just, being human and with the little R.Kelly thing. Just want to touch on that because of this. I only touched on that because of the Savage family. And it kind of reminded me too of DW or what kind of like DW kind of reminds me of myself. And that's what brought me to the saga when I seen her. She reminds me so much of myself, a younger version of myself. Rob daughter remind me of a younger version of myself. But as time go on and as she mature and get older, she gonna see that it was all over a misunderstanding. Like I told y'all, my first whooping that my daddy was gonna give me, I ran. So my daddy never touched me. I was able to find a way of an escape because my grandmama lived it in the same community that my dad did. But I think if my grandmama didn't stay there, my daddy probably would have, you know what I'm saying? He probably would have got my backside and I probably would have been mad as devil fire, mad as Hell, still to this day with my daddy because I'm the first girl and I'm daddy's girl. And daddy, you don't supposed to hit me. You don't supposed to put your hands on me. So I did. I escaped my butt whipping. So my daddy, out of all my dad kids, it's 6 of us. And I'm the only one that he never hit. And I remember this one situation when I got pregnant. Me and my dad, I was 18 and I got pregnant. And my daddy tried to scold me. And then that stayed with me for a long time. And that's another story. I get into that another time. But yeah, I was real mad at him about some things that he said because I felt like he tried me. But that's a whole nother story. But that's just my testament of life. But DW, she definitely reminds me of myself. But I do. Maybe not now. Right now she's venting. She's holding that. And based on things that was said, different people in her ear gate about her father. But I believe in due time, as she get older, she gonna look back on life and look back on some things and see that, dang, it was just a misunderstanding. I let these people, the good times that I could have been, it's just a lot of things of rebelling and being rebellious that you could miss out on your blessings. And I could see a lot of her in me and how I was when I was her age and when I had my first child. But I know in due time she will come around. She will. She just venting right now. And it be like she look grown and I know different ones have their input on it. But she venting right now. She misled and she allowing her emotions to lead her. And that's not true because she definitely have a father that do love her. And he definitely will give her the world and give her child the world too. So that's my intake. I pray for the Savage family that God touch their daughter hearts because I know they entitled to hear that from their child, you know. And I hope they give Robert the in ending this. I hope and pray that Robert Kelly, R. Kelly gets the medical attention that he needs. So I'm not going to hold y'all. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for those of you that came in and chimed in and engaged. And hopefully this message can help someone. Like Wagman came in and, girl, I'm imagining them peach jiggling on the way to grandma. Oh my goodness, baby, this peach was getting across that field, honey. I was thick now, but I probably wasn't as this thick. Wagman, I'm glad you still in here. I hope that I dropped some positive nuggets in here. Maybe some things that maybe you didn't have clarity on, and maybe it brought some insight to you. Some things that you probably had some answers, and some of your answers probably was, questions was answered, and maybe I helped out. And I hope whatever you going through and whatever you've been through, just allow yourself to heal. Always be in a place of forgiving. You got to always got to be in a place of forgiving. Forgiveness is not for the person that did you wrong. The forgiveness is always for you, because you don't want to hold yourself prison to nobody else's power and let their power overtake you. So just always find yourself, even if something reminds you of something that someone did, and it's gonna hurt. And sometimes it's like, I don't want to forgive. I don't want to forgive. And it feels like it's hard, but find the strength and pray and ask God to give you the strength. No, you can't take me to dinner, but thanks for the offer. So, and like I said, you'll be hearing tits that I will be sharing different things of my life. Like I said, I didn't have a bad, thank God, I didn't have a bad child life. It wasn't bad. I just had strict parents. I'm going to put it like that. I had strict parents. I come from a loving family. I was always surrounded with love. So I can't say I had a bad life. I didn't. I definitely was surrounded with love. Even what I probably thought wasn't love, but I was very well protected from both sides of my family. So I had loving grandparents, both sides of my grandparents. I had a bonus grandmother that my grandfather married. So I can truly say I'm blessed that I just, so that's all I know is love. So I was surrounded with love, and that's all I exude, love. You get what I'm saying? But I am feisty. I do have a feisty side. I do have the gift of gab, and I got a slick mouth. My mouth is real slick, but I've learned how to manage it and tone it down. But the mouth is definitely slick. All right, y'all. If anybody got anything to say, anybody want to drop anything, y'all make sure y'all drop them lolos, because we always going to love on loved ones. We always going to show love. But if y'all want to drop something, if you have any final words, anything to say, we'll give it a minute. Maybe because I know it's going to be 11:05, but at 11:06 we'll end this. So just giving everybody a chance to, if you have anything to say, something you want to say, if you don't have nothing to say, still drop that Lolo in the chat. If you don't mind doing that, just drop a Lolo. I thank you all for the super chats. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And all the information was fair use. Sharing other people content. So fair use that I use from here. Lolo, loving on loved ones. Y'all drop them Lolos in the chat. So if anybody got anything to say, any last words? Concord, bonjour. Hey, Romaine. You always over here wanting me to speak in French. So now I got to take my Google Translator out. Concord, bonjour. Hello to you. You are beautiful too. Thank you. It's 11:05, but we're gonna end this chat at 11:06. So we're gonna give it one more minute. And we're gonna it's already 1:06. No, we're gonna do 1:07 because that came real quick. That came real quick. So 11:07, we're gonna end it. Bullseye, and again, appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. And I appreciate you so much for coming in, chiming in. Everybody that came in and chimed in. Appreciate you so much. And I hope this chat live finds someone. And maybe somebody can get something from it. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Because it's all about making a difference in somebody's life. If I ain't come here but for one person, guess what? We did our due diligence for the day. That's all that matters. One plant, one water, but God do the increase. And what you do for God is going to last. Period. Period, period, period. But yeah, I had to get myself a little breather from the Dior and the Frenchman. I had to get myself a little mental break from that. Because it's a lot to dissect in that video. It's a lot. You are too beautiful. I love your hair. It is beautiful too. Thank you. It's just a little pony. My little pony. I'm getting my hair done on the 25th. So I'm going on a cruise. So I'm just doing all my lives up until, because y'all know your girl will be going live because I learned more from you. What you mean, Wagman, that you learned more from me? What do you mean? I know I said I was getting what do you mean? Trop sexy, J adore. Wagman, if you don't mind, so I'm giving you your space to the chat. What do you mean about you learned more from me? What did you learn? What did you get from what I'm saying? I would like to know. We ain't got to be here long, not all drawn out, but I just want to know your thoughts. I'm glad that you have a safe place to come to be able to express how you feel. And like I said, I don't know you. None of us don't know you, but it's all just having a listening ear and just being there for someone. And that's what it's all about. So if you don't mind dropping that in the chat. And then we're gonna end that. I just want to see your input and what have you learned and what you give me some emotional, giving you emotional educate orientation. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that I'm able to do so. Like I said, it's all in love. That's what my foundation is about. Loving on loved ones, loving on people and loving people where they at. But we could love you where you at, but the whole goal is for you not to stay where you at. The whole goal is to allow yourself to process, bring it to the forefront, see it for what it is, accept it, and let it go. You know, and it's a process. It takes time. But you need to know that God can help you get through whatever you're going through. But even you're going through, you don't want to stay stagnated. If you've been in that situation a long time dealing with something, you got to allow yourself to move forward. You got to allow yourself to say, it's okay with being okay. Not saying that it's okay if somebody did you wrong. That's not what I'm saying. So don't take it like that. It's okay with being okay. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna release it, and I'm with the strength of God. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this. It with tears in my eyes. I'm gonna get through this. If I got to scream to the mountaintop, I'm gonna get through it. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna survive this. What didn't take you out, you're gonna survive it. You're gonna be an overcomer. You are an overcomer. You do have a testimony. And you don't have to allow whatever it is to hold you hostage, to hold you prisoner to it. You're gonna say no more. No more. I'm done with this. No more. You're not gonna have that control, that power I'm going to set myself free. And just you being here and just in the chat and listening. At first, it started off a little rocky with us, but then the Holy Spirit had to check me in my spirit because I had to know what I was here for. You know why I'm here? Because we don't want to offend anyone and we don't want to cause more harm on someone because we misunderstanding them. So that's why I want to make sure I'm doing and saying things. That's why we say be respectful in the chat. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I check myself and check my in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? That, but I'll be glad, like, your name, that the name that you had, it really struck my attention. And that's what made me kind of like engage with you. And I'm like, why would a person use that name? But I know one day, and I'm believing God for it. I'm praying for you. You definitely in my prayers. I'm not sure why you use that name, but you know why you use that name and you know what it is. But I'm praying that I know whatever it is, that I know you're going to get the strength and muster up and say, this is not who I am. That's not who I am. Love you back. And I know one day you will make some changes to that. You continue to keep being open and continue to keep being truthful to yourself. Your emotions, your feelings are your feeling, but don't let those emotions overtake you. You get what I'm saying? So don't allow your emotions to overtake you. You welcome. You're gonna get through this. Whatever it is, you're gonna overcome. You're gonna get through it. I'm glad that you ran across my live. I'm glad that I stepped back and I analyzed myself and I checked myself because I don't want to do no harm to nobody. I'm not here to hurt people's feelings. I'm not here to, because that's not me. That's not my persona. So I thank God for being God, because one thing the Holy Spirit will do, he will check you, he will correct you. And when it came to you, because you are somebody, and the Holy Spirit checked me in my spirit about you. So I'm definitely trusting God, knowing that whatever it is, I know, and I just want you to know God is with you. If God brought you to it, he's gonna bring you through it. And you definitely not alone. We here for you, and whatever anybody can drop in the chat, encourage you, uplift you, and whatever you get from it. And I know you getting something from it because you still here. So that means a lot. I hope you feel better today than you did yesterday. And like we always say, today is a new day. Today is God granted you new grace and new mercy. So every day is a new day that you can do something different. You get what I'm saying? You can make better choices, and every day is a process. So I'm very grateful for me being obedient and doing things the way, because God always throw a wrench in your plan. When you think you come here to do one thing, but when God check you, God saying, no, I got some children that need to hear you. I got some hurting people out here, and they just need to hear a right now word. All people need to know that they're loved. All people need to know that somebody hear them, somebody understand them. Nobody's not judging them, and we're not here to judge you. That's not, we not the, even if judging, it's like people like, you can't judge me, but we're not here to judge you. I'm not here to do that. We just here to be a help to one another. You get what I'm saying? That's it. So I'm grateful for you. And like I said, I'm gonna call you Wagwin. Um, but I'm grateful for you being here, and thank you for being in the chat. Bullseye, we stand and agree. God said, where there's two or three, God is in the midst. So we stand in agreement, and that we know that God is gonna do his big one for you. So you continue to be blessed. You continue to hold your head up. You continue to tell that situation you won't win and you didn't win. You get what I'm saying? Yes, I agree, my dear. You're welcome. It is. This too shall pass. I'm going to call him Waggy. Yeah, we're going to call you Waggy. So that's your new name, Waggy. If you don't mind, it's all in love. Um, I don't want to hold you all. So whatever God give me tomorrow, tomorrow is a new day. We just pray for grace and mercy. So whatever we come with, y'all know it always a shift in it. It always turn to something else. And I just want you all to know I'm human. I done been through some things too. It ain't no bad things, but you got to share sometimes you got to be transparent. Because sometimes when people go through things, they think I'm the only one going through this. Nobody hear me, nobody this. You know, you think you be the only one. And then you later found out, oh, I ain't the only one going through this. I ain't the only one been through this. Nope. Nope, you ain't the only one. Oh, all right, y'all. Love you all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Um, I'm finna get in here and tackle my room. I've been trying to tackle my room. These clothes are driving me crazy. I need help. I need a folding partner. You know, back in the days, we used to have fun folding clothes. I don't enjoy that no more. I hate folding clothes. When I was younger, we used to get the clothes. I said I know I was finna leave, but I want to share this. I love sharing my life when growing up. I remember we used to get the clothes and just dump them. We used to sort the socks and match socks together, fold clothes. I hate doing all that stuff now. I don't like doing none of that now. My childhood was good though. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one and y'all be blessed. Until then, I see you. Same time tomorrow. The reason why I come on at 9:30, because I have to put the what tomorrow, y'all, is gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be. Y'all doing something for Juneteenth? Do y'all want me to come on here tomorrow? Because I think people may be doing something. I could still probably I got something to do tomorrow. I got to take my grandbaby to the barber shop tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get a live in, even if it's a just a good morning, drop a good whatever. I'm going to try to get on here tomorrow because I do have a busy schedule. I got to get the boys' haircut. So if I don't come tomorrow, don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to it. So if I don't come tomorrow, I'll come back on here Friday. So how about that? We're gonna take a break. I know y'all probably want me to come on tomorrow, but I do have a lot to do tomorrow. So tomorrow I won't be on here tomorrow. So I will be back Friday at 9:30. So meet me at 5:30 because my grandkids will be home tomorrow. So I don't want to do no lives when all of them here, the babies is here. So tomorrow I won't be on the live tomorrow. Bullseye Waggy say thank you. So tomorrow, y'all, I won't come live tomorrow. I'm gonna digress a little. I'm gonna give myself a break tomorrow because Juneteenth, whatever the thing going on. So and I got a lot going on tomorrow. So meet me back here Friday at 9:30. So we'll be here. So Bullseye, so tomorrow we won't be here tomorrow. So Friday I'll come back. So I'm gonna give myself a break for tomorrow. And I'll come back Friday. Hi, Stacy. So all right, y'all, enough of that. Waggy, you have a blessed day. And everybody that was in the chat, hit replay. Y'all gonna have to come back for the replay. You all have a blessed day. And I'll talk to you guys Friday. Catch the replay. We'll talk Friday. Bye. Catch me on the carpet. That's gonna be my thing. Catch me on the carpet, okay? Friday. All right, y'all be blessed.